All right, let's talk recession. It's the word on everyone's lips, whispered in hushed tones like a creepypasta your weird uncle told you about at Thanksgiving. News headlines scream about it. Economists debate it with the fervor of a Twitter argument about pineapple on pizza. But here's the thing, predicting a recession is like predicting whether your cat will actually land on its feet. Sure, there are economic indicators, just like there are laws of physics, but sometimes things just don't go the way you expect. So before we all start hoarding canned goods and building underground bunkers, let's take a deep breath and examine the facts. Is a recession inevitable? Maybe, maybe not. But understanding the likelihood and, more importantly, understanding how to prepare for any economic weather is crucial for all of us because, as we all know, the only thing more predictable than experts predicting a recession is experts being wrong about a recession. Now, the market is a fickle beast. It's like trying to understand a raccoon that's gotten into a bag of chips. You think you know what it's going to do next, but then it throws you a curveball, like suddenly developing a taste for classical music or wearing your grandmother's dentures. Essentially, the market is driven by supply and demand. When people feel good about the economy, they spend more, businesses hire more, and everyone's happy. Well, except maybe for that one guy who's still upset about the Oxford comma debate, but when people get nervous, they pull back, businesses slow down, and suddenly everyone's talking about a recession like it's the latest Marvel movie. And trust me, nobody wants to sit through that sequel. Now, before we all start fitting our wallets with tiny little life vests, there are some positive signs out there. Think of these as the economic equivalent of finding a $20 bill in your old jeans. Sure, it doesn't solve all your problems, but it definitely brightens your day. One key indicator is the unemployment rate. It's currently hovering around record lows, which means more people are working, earning money, and contributing to the economy. That's good news, folks. Another positive sign is consumer spending, which remains relatively strong. People are still buying things, going out to eat, and generally keeping the economy humming along. Now, I'm not saying we're out of the woods yet, but these positive indicators suggest that maybe, just maybe, the economic apocalypse isn't upon us. Think back to the year 2011. Remember that time everyone was freaking out about the debt ceiling crisis? Pundits predicted economic Armageddon. Politicians pointed fingers with the grace of a toddler wielding a spoon. But guess what? The world didn't end. The economy stabilized and we all moved on with our lives. Or how about the dot-com bubble burst in the early 2000s? It was a wild ride for sure, but the economy eventually recovered and a little thing called Google emerged from the wreckage. My point is, we've been through economic uncertainty before and we've come out the other side. It's like that time you accidentally microwaved your lunch for 20 minutes instead of 2. It was messy, it was smelly, but you survived. And hey, you probably learned a valuable lesson about reading instructions. So how do we navigate these choppy economic waters? First and foremost, don't panic. Panicking is like trying to fight a bear while wearing a suit of armor made of raw fish. It's just not going to end well. Instead, let's focus on what we can control. Preparation. Think of it like packing for a camping trip. You might not need that bear mace or that emergency flare gun, but it's better to have them and not need them than to need them and not have them. Start by reviewing your finances. Do you have an emergency fund? If not, start building one. It's like having a financial security blanket for those unexpected life events, like your car suddenly deciding to do its best impression of a smoke machine. Next, take a look at your debt. Are you drowning in credit card bills? Now might be a good time to consolidate your debt or explore balance transfer options. Remember, high-interest debt is like that friend who always forgets their wallet. It's time to cut them loose. Section 6, Diversification, your financial life raft. Now let's talk about diversification. This is a fancy way of saying don't put all your eggs in one basket. Imagine you invested all your money in a company that makes those little plastic things that keep bread bags closed. Seems like a safe bet, right? But what if someone invents self-sealing bread bags? Suddenly you're left holding a bag of, well, you get the picture. Diversification means spreading your investments across different asset classes like stocks, bonds, and real estate. It's about creating a financial portfolio that can weather any storm, from a mild drizzle to a full-blown economic hurricane. Think of it like this. If your portfolio is a delicious pizza, and let's be honest, who doesn't love a good pizza analogy? Diversification is like adding all the toppings. Sure, you could just have plain cheese, but where's the fun in that? Section 7, Riding the Market Waves, Investing in Uncertain Times. Investing in uncertain times can feel like trying to surf a tidal wave with a pool noodle. It's daunting, it's risky, and there's a good chance you're going to get wiped out. But here's the thing. You don't have to be a professional surfer to ride the market wave. One approach is dollar cost averaging. This involves investing a fixed amount of money at regular intervals, regardless of market conditions. It's like setting your financial system on autopilot. The market goes up, you buy some. The market goes down, you buy some more. Over time, this strategy can help you average out the ups and downs and potentially come out ahead. Another option is to seek professional financial advice. A good financial advisor can help you create a personalized investment plan based on your individual goals, risk tolerance, and most importantly, your ability to sleep at night. Section 8, the power of perspective, keeping calm amidst the storm. Now let's talk about the importance of perspective. It's easy to get caught up in the 24/7 news cycle and the constant barrage of economic doom and gloom. But remember, the media thrives on fear. It's like that friend who loves to gossip. They might be entertaining for a while, but eventually you realize they're full of hot air and bad advice. Instead of fixating on the negative, try to focus on the long term. The market has always gone up over time. It's like that annoyingly catchy pop song you can't get out of your head. You might hate it in the moment, but it always seems to circle back around. Remember, economic cycles are a natural part of life. There will be ups and there will be downs. The key is to stay informed, stay prepared, and most importantly, stay calm. Section 9, Conclusion, a future of possibilities. So, is a recession coming? Honestly, who knows? The future is as unpredictable as a cat in a room full of laser pointers. But here's the thing, even if a recession does occur, it doesn't have to be the end of the world. It can be an opportunity for growth, for innovation, and for building a more resilient financial future. Remember, we faced challenges before, and we've always come out stronger on the other side, so let's face this one head on with a healthy dose of skepticism, a dash of preparation, and a whole lot of common sense. Because at the end of the day, the only thing we have to fear is, well, okay, maybe we have a few things to fear, but a recession doesn't have to be one of them.